Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg, and I had an important case this week that I like to discuss, and it's called about the emotional hangover that you can have if you choose not to vaccinate. And that is when your child develops a vaccine-preventable disease, and they're not all bad, so you don't have to think that, oh my gosh, we're facing a life or death situation. That's not what I'm speaking about. DTaP or the TDAP vaccine, depending on how old your child is the vaccine that helps prevent pertussis. This is the first vaccine other than smallpox that was developed. It was developed in the 30s. It does not stick very well to the immune system. It is a carbohydrate-based vaccine. Carbohydrates have the poorest immunogenicity or the poorest ability to activate the immune system. The DTaP and the TDAP, they do not hold very well. And so that's why there are 5 shots compared to every other vaccine that has 4 or less. In one particular case, a mom felt very helpless that her child went into having the 100-day cough because that first week that you have pertussis, it looks like a common cold. There's no way to know that it's not just a common cold. And of course, you're not going to throw an antibiotic during that first week in a child that looks very well and is moving through the course of what appears to be a common cold, nor are you going to start checking for pertussis. Unless they're whooping, you're not going to really catch the initial phase of pertussis where you can treat with Zithromax and decrease the contagiousness and decrease the symptomatology, basically stop the 100-day cough. But if you catch it later after the 10 days that a common cold ends, then you start to realize, oh my gosh, this child is now like coughing to the point of puking, throwing up. That means that you've probably moved into pertussis, especially if it's not just a postnasal drip. Well, now we'll treat with Zithromax, and that's going to decrease the contagiousness of it, but it doesn't stop the symptomatology. This is where the 100-day cough comes from, and that's why it's called pertussis. Tussis is cough. It is a long coughing episode. The child looks otherwise fine. They act fine, and there's really no treatment for it. You can't start albuterol. You can't do oral steroids. It's just a residual irritation in the lungs that results in this cough, 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 and it can be quite annoying and aggravating, and as I mentioned, they can cough to the point of vomiting, particularly in the younger children. There's no treatment for it. Now this mom is lamenting the fact that her child is in distress, and that's the point of the video, is when you make these decisions, understand that it's not just roses and honey on a primrose path, that it's not, oh, I didn't vaccinate and I saved the toxins, or I possibly preserved any negative effects from the vaccines onto the neurological system. And so I've chosen not to vaccinate, everything's fine. And she's not questioning the fact that she didn't vaccinate. That never came up in the discussion, but she just has that motherly discomfort watching her child and she's unable to help. So remember, when you're choosing not to vaccinate, consider all of these little points. It's important that you understand the 360 on choosing not to vaccinate. Stay current with the happenings around RFK because he is working for our child's and children's betterment. Thanks.